Hidden in the middle of Ohio City, downtown, and even Tremont, a rarely visited area ready for a redo. And a News 5 original, Kevin Barry explains how Flat South could be the next new neighborhood in Cleveland.
For Cleveland Whiskey and founder Tom Licks, business has been really good since he launched 7 years ago.
We are bursting at the seams.
His whiskey is in 16 states, but his storage in his current location is spread out all over a manufacturing building on at least 3 different floors.
Just our production needs, as well as when we bring guests in and tours and open houses and everything else, we've needed a much larger space for some time.
That's why now it's time for a move.
Clean up the brick. I hope to sandblast everything, bring it back to what it looked like originally.
This 400-foot-long building right along the Cuyahoga River will be the next home for Cleveland Whiskey in the next year and a half. It's in an area loosely called Flat South.
10 times the space, 20 times the production capacity. Plus, we'll be able to put in a bar and restaurant and a place for people to really come and enjoy themselves.
Tom says he plans on installing solar panels and using CO2 created during the distilling process to grow vegetables that customers will eat. But he's also reusing a building and a neighborhood that's part of Cleveland's past, but really hasn't played a role in its present.
We had these buildings that, as you had mentioned, were forgotten, and someone needed to breathe life into these properties.
Rico Petro and developer Joel Shear own Flat South Cleveland. That's a development business that bought up 7 acres of buildings and vacant lots nestled in the middle of the city, but that rarely see any foot or car traffic.
The authenticity of these properties, the history, and how they worked with the river. And we think that's what makes it cool.
Rico says the goal is to eventually create plenty of space for entertainment venues, restaurants, maybe some residential buildings, but also spaces for artists and manufacturing, walking distance from Ohio City, Tremont, and downtown.
This is actually the Mississippi River, and it's going to go through 2 slabs. And
the only other sign of life near Cleveland Whiskey's new home is Aaron Cunningham's building around the corner. His custom furniture business shares a space with a handful of other artists. He's excited for what's next and how the people already doing interesting work in his building can influence it.
You get all these creative types together that are good at what they do, they can build some pretty incredible things, and the vibe you can create is really cool.
In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.